I get it. You're making travel plans for the upcoming holidays. You've heard the nightmare stories about bad weather, canceled flights, lost baggage, and you're beginning to wonder whether the in-laws are worth visiting this Thanksgiving or Christmas. Luckily, there's a thing called travel insurance that can offer you some peace of mind these holidays. In this video, I'm going to explain some of the coverage options and give you my recommendations with the goal of removing the stress out of planning your holiday trip. Comprehensive travel insurance includes many types of coverage bundled into one plan. Alternatively, you can purchase each type of coverage separately, and this might be wise if you already have coverage from existing insurance policies. Generally, when people talk of travel insurance, they think of trip cancellation. With this type of coverage, travelers are reimbursed for paid travel expenses if they can't travel for a pre-approved reason, they can't travel because of a delay, or their trip is cut short. Acceptable reasons for a claim might include your illness, the illness or death of an immediate family member, weather-related issues, or legal obligations like jury duty. Travel insurance may pay for luggage or personal belongings being lost, stolen, or damaged during travel. However, many travel insurance policies pay for your belongings only after you exhaust all other available claims. For example, if an airline loses or damages your luggage, they would first need to reimburse you, and then your travel insurance policy would cover any remaining amounts. Baggage coverage may also have restrictions and exclusions, such as only covering up to a certain dollar amount. So if you're traveling with jewelry or expensive electronics, you'll want to pay special attention to the coverage limits on your policy. In some cases, the coverage might include reimbursement of purchases you needed to make, such as for clothing, because you didn't have your luggage. Travel insurance may offer coverage for unexpected medical and dental expenses experienced while traveling. It may also cover airlift travel to a medical facility or medical evacuation from a remote area to receive care. Side note, even in a country that has a low-cost or free nationalized health system, you'll still pay out of pocket because you're not a citizen. With accidental death and dismemberment coverage, travel insurance may pay benefits to your survivors if you get injured or die while on a trip. Injuries are typically limited to losing an eye, hand, foot, or limb. Travel insurance may cover a rental car's damage or loss while on a trip, taking the place of the rental agency's collision damage waiver or your regular car insurance policy. Policies vary and may cover collisions, theft, vandalism, and other incidents. However, a standard travel insurance policy won't cover all travel expenses. For example, costs associated with pre-existing health conditions may not be covered, nor injury costs from participating in high-risk activities such as skydiving, cancellations due to civil or political unrest at the travel destination, and childbirth or pregnancy during the trip. That said, you could get a cancel for any reason policy, which would reimburse you for a percentage of the travel costs if you decide to cancel for any reason. However, this coverage is expensive, and even this type of policy has requirements that you should be aware of. Generally, travel insurance costs 4 to 10% of the total prepaid non-refundable expenses from your trip. If you buy travel insurance for a cruise that costs $6,000, you might pay anywhere from $240 to $600 for a policy. The cost varies by insurer, and several factors affect the price of the policy. The first factor is age. This is the largest factor in rates charged for travel insurance. Older travelers will find that policies cost more than for other travelers. The second factor is trip length. The more days you travel, the more risks you might encounter. The third factor is the number of travelers. A trip with 6 people might be riskier and cost more than a trip for 2 people. The final factor is the coverage type and dollar amount. The more expensive the trip, or the more coverage you need, the more your policy will cost you. So, we've covered the typical coverage options of a travel insurance policy. Now, as you're making your holiday travel plans, you want to know if you need one. Travel insurance is a good idea if you're taking a pricey trip with non-refundable costs, traveling internationally, or visiting a remote location without easy access to medical care. It's also worth buying if you're traveling for an extended amount of time. But before you rush into buying a policy, you might already have coverage. For example, your existing health insurance provider may pay for customary and reasonable hospital costs if you become sick or injured while traveling. But few will pay for a medical evacuation. Your credit card may provide trip cancellation coverage or rental car insurance as part of your perks, as long as the trip was purchased on that card. If you have a homeowner's or renter's insurance policy, it may cover your possessions when you're traveling. Of course, you'll want to verify with your insurer or credit card company beforehand. With that said, thanks for watching. I hope you found this video insightful. Make sure to like or subscribe if you haven't done so already. Your support to this channel means a lot. Thanks for watching.